Is this yellow? Is this blue? I like Venus, and so do you.
Welcome to the shop, and tonight we have All-Star 7 O Winners Episode 1. So our crown queens are back, and it's going to be an amazing season. Now, we're going to review the entire season. Live streams on Sunday, episodes as soon as I have time to edit them, so I hope that YouTube is going to send notifications this time. Also, if you like what we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, as it really helps the channel. Leave a comment to let me know what you think, and you can also join us on Sunday to kiki with us about the season. In this episode we have more Shilling for RuPaul's music, because that's the important thing. Then we have a Time Lord to rule them all, Trinity the Tuck. I don't know if any of you noticed, but it was incredible. The favoritism of Monet Exchange, because why not? And some good old plunger action. Who doesn't like to be plunged from time to time? Now, the edit for this episode was very fair. I like this kind of edit. What we need is more talent behind the scenes to actually build more engaging challenges, a little better pacing of the episodes, but other than that, I love the edit for these episodes. I wish it was this way for every season. I don't know what was it with this episode that kind of made it feel a little bit off. Maybe it was the Shilling for RuPaul's music, or the fact that she has a compulsion to come on stage and perform, I guess? That's how you say it, perform. But definitely episode 2 was better. The episode starts, and the first thing that we see is baby pictures and emotional porn, because we should not forget who the intended audience for this show actually is. You are not the intended audience. How nice is that? We grew too old for this. Let me tell you a couple of things about the cast. The cast, for me, it's impressive. I know that not everyone is everyone's cup of tea, but remember, this is an all-winner season. They all deserve to be there, and they all have talent. Now, of course, next to each other, there's going to be the booger, but please, let's respect all of them. For some, this is the third time on Drag Race, and as you know, is a shit ton of stress, a shit ton of money, not to mention that the show could actually destroy your career once you go on, and think about that. So, props to each and every one of them. With that said, as you know, I have my bias, because the essence of beauty is there. Also, Jinx Monsoon is there, so I have eyes for nobody else. Also, talking about bias, I am not particularly fond of Monet. I mean, I have nothing against her, she's not my cup of tea. She kind of tries too hard, she kind of likes money a little bit too much, and you know what I think about that. So, everyone has an introduction, and a confessional to go with the introduction. Tracking confessional for this season, it's going to be kind of difficult, because these bitches have like perfect skin and they are wearing stiff clothes. And please note that Shay is going to help us. She removed the button from the shirt so that we know which confessional comes from where. Because girl, she came here to slay. She didn't come here to be fucked over in the confessionals. Let that be extremely clear. Also, we have Jinx in her first mismatch confessional. As you can see, Jinx is having different eyeliners on her eyes because she's not here to be fucked over in the confessionals as well. These bitches are smart. There is more to what we see on screen. They are all fantastic. Of course, they're all legends. But this is also showing you that they know which kind of fucking game is being played in here. And they all know how to play it. And the best one is Trinity the Tuck with a quadruple mismatch confessional at the very beginning of the episode. I'm like, what the fuck, Trinity? This is a first. We had three-way mismatch confessional. We had them. Rosé was a pioneer in season 13, but a four-way mismatch confessional, Trinity outdid herself.
I'm Trinity the Tuck, All-Stars 4 women. This Tuck is snatched, pulled, and ready for action. Since All-Stars 4, this Tuck has been working around the clock. All over the place, honey. She has traveled around the world.
I don't know what the fuck has been going on with Trinity's edit. It's going to be in the speculations. By the way, speculations will be in episode 3. And before I forget, Monet was introduced with a picture of the podcast with Bob with the misspelled name. I don't know which intern was in charge of getting pictures. So instead of having, a little bit of a chit chat with our queens, we have this Raven segment. I don't know what they're trying to make Raven happen. Raven already happened. She happened behind the scenes. She's a makeup artist, she's an Emmy Award winner, she has her own series. Raven already happened, she just didn't happen on Drag Race. I would have preferred the queens to talk about some interesting things, like, Trinity, Are you really She-Devil by night? And most importantly, are drag entertainers essential workers? If anybody forgot about that. Or Shay, what does it feel to watch like Karma acting in real time during the lip sync for the crown in All Stars 5? That's a hot button question. Or Jinx, do people still bother you for your passion of going west? Wink wink. Evie, what about that iconic DragCon look? Or Rasha, do you think your conflict of interest will come into play? Or Monet, are you still besties with Meghan McCain? You know, the official Rugal. I'm curious about that. Who else is left? Ooh, the Vivian. Oh, the Vivian, you improved so much. Thank you so much for being here. And Jada, you are beautiful. You're honest, you're full of joy. You always look like a goddess. I love Jada Essence Hall. I love Jada Essence Hall. She is the essence of beauty. She has it all. She is Jada fucking Essence Hall. And they are sleeping on her the entire 2 episodes. She's never going to win, but I'm just happy that she's going to be there for 12 episodes. We are going to have 12 episodes of Jada. Well, regardless, I hope that during the season we will have time to discuss all of this, you know, hot button topics. We will see about that. We'll come back and see how many of them they actually discuss. RuPaul is back. RuPaul is back to kick Raven in the ass and also explain the format. So nobody is going home. We'll have 2 winners. Each winner will get a star. At the end of the episode, the 2 winners will lip sync, and the winner gets the power to block another queen from getting a star the episode after. Why are these stars so important? Well, because by the end of the season, the 4 queens who have the most stars will actually get to compete in a top 4 Lollapalooza, Eleganza, Extravaganza, Queen of Puerto Vallarta, Blame It on the Edit, Redemption, Lip Sync, SmackDown. And the winner will get $200,000, which you might think it's a lot of money, but these queens probably make that amount of money after taxes in less than a month already. It should have been at least $500,000. No wonder we didn't see queens like Bianca Del Rio and Bob. Well, Bob is another story. We're going to talk about that separately. So, the library is opened, and we have some interesting reads. It was so much better than all the regular seasons before. The queens of All Stars know how to read. For me, All Stars 2 and 3 are simply unbeatable. There were reads that I enjoyed in here, don't get me wrong.
Evie Oddly, I am so glad, bitch, that I was able to work with you this summer to see for myself that you don't stink. It's just your drag, bitch.
Vivian, I want to personally thank you for agreeing to come and be the diversity hire this season of Drag Race.
Jada Essence Hall. Look over there. It's the exit. Roger.
Jinx Monsoon. You know, looking at you, your teeth really represent the cast here. Some are big, some are small. 2 of them are white. No, 3 of them are white, yeah.
Well, since we're at it, let's talk about it for a moment. Because there is this thing with veneers. I know if that is what it's conceived to look good in the US, then I do kind of understand it if you're a public personality. But please, you, normal person who are back there, don't put veneers on your teeth. Because you can never achieve a perfect match, which means you will have stinky breath unless you use a water pick to clean them. And if you do that, your gum will recede and you will have a black line between your teeth and your gum. You will need new veneers. And once you have them on, you can never take them off because they ground down your teeth. So please, your crooked smile is unique and it's beautiful the way it is. Keep it that way. Keep it clean. Don't put veneers on. Like the Vivian and Shay. For me, they had beautiful smiles to begin with. I understand that they did it for their career and their image and everything, but it kind of lost personality. And by the way, speaking of the Vivian and Shay, let's thank God that they won their respective season. Could you imagine if you had an all-winner season with Megan and Miss Relatable? Imagine that. So Ru announces the Maxi challenge, and it's going to be Shilling for RuPaul's new song Legend. The queens will have to write lyrics, sing them, and also perform a choreo. Now what we see is the queens writing the lyrics or maybe pretending to write them. I wouldn't be so sure about that because, as you know, Denali spilled it back in season 13. They actually asked the queens to write the lyrics in advance. We see the rehearsal though, we don't see the voice recording, because if we saw them, we would already know that Jinx probably should have won this challenge, because she's the only actual singer in there. Not that other queens in there cannot hold a tune, they definitely can, but there is a difference between being able to hold a tune and being able to actually sing. So we don't see that, but of course, because Jinx doesn't have to win this challenge, she is maybe scheduled to win the next one. JP Medina, Megan can sing 6 octave while doing the splits though. Yes, she can. Yes, she can. She will also squeeze your balls while she does that, but yes, she can. It's a new day in the workroom, and it's time for some shilling for Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmetic. Norvina couldn't be here, she was probably getting a Brazilian, so instead, Shay and Evie are going to shill a little bit for the sponsor of the show. Because why not? You should always shill for the sponsor. They are the ones who are actually paying your bills. And at the end of the day, Anastasia Beverly Hills makes cosmetics, none of them are unhealthy as far as I know, so as long as you don't push gambling mechanics and addictive bullshit to a young audience, I don't have a problem with that. Maybe you shouldn't really impose RuPaul's music on the new generations because their ears are still developing, but you know. You cannot have everything, you need to compromise from time to time. We have a little bit of an alliance going on with Monet and Trinity, and let's be honest, we saw this in the preview already, but even if we didn't see it, did you really expect Monet not trying to forge an alliance with somebody? I mean, it's Monet. She is hungry. Monet is hungry for the win. Monet is hungry for camera time. Monet is hungry for clout. Monet is hungry. I don't know why she's hungry. She might have incredible rightful reason, but Monet is fucking hungry. So the moment she came out and goes to Trinity and says, okay, let's make an alliance, I'm like, of course, Monet. Of course you would do that. And out of nowhere, Jinx comes and she's like, oh my god, are you doing an alliance? What are you talking about? You're doing an alliance? I don't know what's going on with Jinx. She is eating Monet up every single episode. She's like shady as fuck. I am living because on Drag Race, all people know about Jinx Monsoon is the underdog. And that's because, and this was confirmed by many queens already, every time she bounced back, every time she answered back, every time she defended herself, it looks like all of these times were cut out. She had to be a perfect victim, a perfect underdog, so we didn't see on Drag Race that side of Jinx. That side is on full view right now. Please enjoy it because it's a joy to watch. So I don't know how much this alliance will actually come into play. I don't know why they're showing it so much. If maybe it's going to blow up in their face, or maybe they're trying to use it as a device to push Jinx a little bit. We will have to see about that. We will have to see in the next episode. Christos, Monet is angry, but says I'm angry for that cuckoo of hers, cause Chile. Yes, we do appreciate big cuckoos. Thumbs up for that. Oh, we also have a couple of mirror moments. These are not going to be useful for speculations because we have no eliminations. As you know, mirror moments are those kind of moments that every queens get before they get eliminated. They used to do it the day they got eliminated, then they got smart over time and started doing it a little bit before, mostly the episode before. We will see which kind of weight they will actually have in the season, because remember, nobody is going home. So this season, it's all going to be about screen time. We are back on the main stage because RuPaul is giving us their best impression of Mariah Carey. Did I like this number? Absolutely not. I don't like RuPaul's music. I don't know why we even call that music at that point. I don't even know why we call it RuPaul's music. She probably doesn't write lyrics, doesn't write the music. The voice is 95% auto-tune, or so it feels. So I don't know who is writing this bad stuff for Mamaru. Mamaru deserves better. Even these dancers, at least go behind Ru, you know? Create this illusion of movement that makes Mama look a little bit better. I know, RuPaul is there, she is stiff as a broom. I don't even know what the fuck is she wearing. She deserves better. She deserves better. But this lip sync was magical. There is a moment in which Mamaru is so magical, she actually disappears from the stage. Maybe Mamaru was tired after a couple of minutes. You know, standing there without sweatpants. Let's go to the challenge. Was I impressed? It was a good thing to look at. I don't know what the fuck Monet was wearing. I don't know what was going on with the padding of the Vivienne. I didn't really like the songs. The lyrics were good, but nothing was really iconic from those lyrics. Like, I cannot recall any of those lyrics. The queens really did their best, but all in all, it was kind of a bland challenge. I mean, these are all winners, these are all stars, these are all incredible entertainers in their own right. Don't write things for them, because chances are they are already 10 times better of whoever you hire to write things for them. Let them do their own thing. because when they do their own thing, they're going to entertain us. I was more entertained by the workroom scene than the actual challenge. I gotta be honest with that. Now, speaking of runways, they all look great. Now, Trinity spent all her money in the runway. I think we can all see that. Let's hope that she wouldn't try to recoup it by shilling again for a payday company or whatever the fuck it was after she won All Stars 4. But it was incredibly expensive and it looked fantastic. Evie, of course, she is a quintessential Evie. The Vivian, I loved everything about it. The skirt, it didn't really convince me in the beginning, but then I started to see it. It kind of gives it a bell shape. I don't know what Monet was wearing. I am sorry, Monet. I'm sorry, but I don't know what the hell she was wearing. I did appreciate the hair, but mostly because they reminded me of Simone, not because they went well with the outfit for me. Raja is a high conceptual fashion queen, and I don't really understand fashion. So the moment it goes to high conceptual with an incredible recognized experience behind it like Raja has, I'm like, I don't know what I can tell you if I enjoy it. Criticizing it? Absolutely not. I'm not qualified for that. Jada's outfit is not expensive. You can see that it's not expensive, but it looked completely beautiful. And that for me, it's proof that you don't need to spend $10, $15, $20,000 for an outfit for All Stars. I mean, I don't know how much Trinity spent on her outfit, but to me, and I am no expert, that looked like something that cannot possibly come with a price tag that it's less than $10,000. So for me, it's important that we have queens like Jada, because remember, Jada didn't have time to make money like all of these queens had. Not only she didn't have the time, she didn't really have the possibility because we were in full pandemic lockdown. So she's doing the best with what she has, and she looks fantastic. And let me tell you something, when she does the runway, I don't know if you noticed it. There is this moment when she's like touching her mini crown and she's like ding, and then she starts laughing at herself.
My hair is up in this beautiful like dread moment with my tiny cute crown.
This is why I love Jada, because she laughs at herself. You know, sometimes she's like, this is so ridiculous, or she's just so happy that she just starts laughing. It's like she cannot even believe that she is there. She's really happy to be there. She's so authentic. She feels like a real person in there. You know, at some point we got used about these drag personas. This is a person in there. This is a person, and she's having fun. She's genuinely having the time of her life. And this is one of the reasons why I love the essence of beauty. I just cannot love her enough. That's Jada. Jinx, you can see that money can buy outfits. Money can buy outfits, because let's be honest. Outfit was never. Jinx is a fantastic actor. She can really sing. She can really hold a crowd, which is the important thing outside of Drag Race. If she looks good, then it's an added bonus, but that's not a requirement. Nobody expects Jinx to look like Shay, for example. Shay, for me, was the best looking on the runway. Shay looked fantastic. Speaking about the Cryptiques, we are not going to have a Cryptiques this episode because the judges just had compliments for everyone. They didn't really critique anyone. Remember, the Cryptiques are there to call out bullshit that it's usually done for narrative purposes. Why do they aim at building a narrative? Well, because building a narrative can justify decisions about the competition that you might have made way before the competition even happened. So that is the purpose of the Cryptiques. What I do like is when you see some genuine feedback, which we didn't really see in here. The judges were basically just nice to everyone. So there is really nothing to talk about, apart, you know, the fact that they're eating up Monet. I'm not going to criticize that, but I'm going to have a good laugh at that, because at some point it's just ridiculous. I mean, good for Monet, good for you, good for you, good for you. I'm happy for you. I just find it kind of ridiculous, but I'm happy for you. Thumbs up for Monet. Luis Felipe, the judges don't know the concept of constructive criticism. They are either gonna love something or just go bullshit all the way. It's not really the judges at some point, because there are people like Michelle and Ross who are completely sell out when they are on Drag Race. Outside of Drag Race, it's another story. When they are on Drag Race, they are full on pushing narrative. They're like, okay, who do I have to shit on? Okay, I will shit on this person. Or what do I have to love? Okay, I will pretend like this is the best thing in the world. They are completely sell out. But at the end of the day, their job is to do what they are told to be done. So the people we should really point our fingers to are the ones who are behind the scenes, you know, the ones who are not really taking the heat. You know, people like Tim Campbell, for example. People like Randy Barbato, for example. And his partner, one of the founders of World of Wonder. People like RuPaul, if she is really that much involved in the development of the season, which I don't really think. I think she is just there to shill and to get the credit and to get veto power from time to time. People like Big Dick Stephen Corfey, for example. These are the people behind the scenes that we never see. These are the ones who I think are really responsible for the bullshit that happens. But this is an All-Stars All winner. We are not seeing that much. I am very happy about it. Don't get me wrong. I am very happy about it. I don't find the critique for this episode interesting, but they were good critiques. So I'm not going to beat the dead horse, if that's how the saying goes, you know. So, by the end of this, we have the lip sync, and the choice of the lip sync, it was like Old MacDonald, and I'm like, did you run out of money? Why is this song even there? And you might think this is like a popular tune, so they didn't pay for it, but the interpretation that they actually used, it's still under copyright, so they paid for it. And I'm like, why did you pay for this? What's the point of this? This is a lip sync. I mean, I get it. Lip syncing in the club is different than lip syncing on Drag Race. But, I mean, I was cringing. This was cringe. I was watching this and this was cringe. Props to both of them for being committed and being professional. Both of them. Shea and Monet, they really went there and lip synced as if they were lip syncing to Kylie Minogue. They were committed. For me, Shea was the rightful winner. She performed the best. She was ridiculous. And it's time for the Platinum Plunger. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Why the fuck does she call it a Platinum Plunger when she's clearly yellow? I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know. Maybe Mamaru got colorblind, but that is usually, that's like a genetic thing. That's not really something that you get over time, so I don't know. By the way, speaking of colorblindness, did you notice that they changed the Runway song for this season of All Stars? Yeah, it's that song from the, what was it? The finale of season 13. So I made my own lyrics on it. It's going to be a tune for the next runways in the future.
Is this yellow? Is this blue? I like Venus, and so do you.
So, we have the Platinum Plunger, and Shea will have to go behind the queen and plunge one of them. And I'm like, Monet is juicy. Monet is really, really juicy. So, I don't know. She has a plunger in her hand and she's going behind everyone. So, she has to plunge someone. Incredibly, she plunges Trinity. Of course, she cannot plunge Monet because Monet won. So maybe we can get her a good plunge in the next episode. Maybe. So she plunges Trinity the Tuck, and next episode she won't be able to get a star, which is a shame because she is going to win the next episode. But, you know, one thing about Trinity, as controversial as she can be outside of Drag Race, in Drag Race, she really knows how to play the game. I will give her props for that. If I was Shea, I would have probably done the same thing. Jinx, I wouldn't dare. Jinx is the winner of this season, so no. And I think all of them know that. We're going to see it when the Snatch Game episode actually comes in. We're going to see that they are all intimidated by Jinx. We're going to talk about that during the Snatch Game review. And that was all. I hope to have the Snatch Game review out tomorrow, maybe on Saturday, and I'll see you back on Sunday for the live stream. A special thanks goes to our patrons, and since I haven't been releasing videos for a while, I have some new Patreon to shout out. So thanks to Downcast Lashes, Payo, Subsandy, Diablo NYC, and Mike Hayes. Have a nice week, and I will see you soon.